Hey guys, 3 videos coming at you, 3 different variations of arm lock from the guard. Low, high, and triangle transition. Low arm lock first, looks like this. So the setup here is someone's trying to get out of your body control with the arm lock, or from the guard rather. So they're bringing their hands in, you're unable to swim, you're starting to lose control of them. So you transfer head control, uncross, pivot, frame, leg up and around. Grab the hand, both hands on the wrist, tight knees, heavy feet, slow hip lift, and that's where we get our break. So the keys to a good arm lock from the guard are the turn to the side. Depending on what your training format is, I would say when you're partnered, Jen's got me in stage 1 of the guard, I bring my hands in, I want to keep my hands in on her chest and my elbows in tight. That's how I be a good partner. She transfers head control, she unlocks her guard so that she can make a good pivot. She's reaching inside my thigh and using her legs on my body to turn herself. If she's having a hard time, I can help move her over a little bit. Framing the neck so that this parking spot for that leg is reserved. If this is not here and she tries to swing the leg around, I can close that gap. If she keeps that hand in there, she can throw that leg over the top. And again, tight knees, heavy feet, and small squeeze. So that would be kind of ins and outs of partner drill. If you're doing this by yourself,
we start at stage 1 of the guard. My opponent swings their arms inside. I transfer head control. Oh, sorry, over here. I uncross my legs and start to reach for the leg. I would need to use my partner's body to move. Since I can't do that, I'm going to put my foot on the ground, pivot, frame, swing my leg out, around, and up, and from here, down, in, grab the arm, hips would be up.
yeah. And if you're at home, rewind 20 seconds, listen to Jen, do it as she says it, until it's easy to do on your own. We'll have some things in the email about whether you want to borrow a grappling dummy for while we're closed, if that's something that you want to do. We'll have a conversation about that later, but here's how that would look with the grappling dummy.
So again, I'm going to start in stage 1. I'm going to bring my partner's arm inside here, because he won't do it on his own. Transfer head control. I'm going to pretend to reach for the leg. I won't be able to get it because his legs go straight back. My opposite foot is going to come on the ground, and I'm going to pivot. Then I'm going to come in front, frame the head and neck, so that I can swing out and around, clamp down, reach for the wrist. And if you want, do I have room to go over?
Yeah.
Especially because the dummies are so tippy, this is a great time to practice what happens if they roll over. And then I would put my hand down, secure the elbow, suck my hips in, make sure I control the position, and then go for my arm lock again.
So the dummy can feel a little awkward to train with down there. It's more difficult than training with a person, but it can provide a context to body parts and positions and things that, you know, quite frankly, are fairly easy to visualize if you know the move really well. But if you don't, sometimes understanding where an arm is, where a head is very helpful, so the dummy's good. I'd say if there was one detail in this that's maybe not as highly emphasized, but is very important, is the final control position of the arm lock. As I feed my hands in, and she does her arm lock, the most dangerous thing that we have to worry about from Jen's position right now is a big, strong opponent compromising your back, neck, and head by pressure from the top. If she has a very strong bite over my head and neck, I can never get up. So take a look at the position of her legs. That's what it wants to look like. This foot's lower than the other foot by virtue of position. And we want to hammer their head down here. Anything else you want to say about that?
I just want to say that I think it's very tempting to cross your legs in this position because you think, well, I'll keep them from pulling the arm out by crossing the leg. And we can talk about that component of it in just a minute, but it's very, very hard for me to pressure the neck when I cross my legs because there's really no way for me to bring one leg to the other with his arm in the middle and still have my leg around the back of his neck. So this is what I would rather have. And if I have this tight, it's going to be hard for him to pull his arm out anyway. But recognize that him pulling his arm out gives me the opportunity for a triangle. So I'm not really all that concerned about that. I'm much more concerned about him stacking me and me losing everything altogether. If I lose the arm lock and get the triangle, no big deal there. But if I lose the position because I'm stacked, I may not be able to do anything.
Or get hurt along the process. So we'll jump into the high arm lock next to practice this either solo, partner, or dummy. We have all three variations for you. We'll see you in the next one.